It's okay. Guess what's coming to dinner?
Oh,
sorry.
No, go ahead. Get your woos out.
I'm done.
Oh. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another. I'm sorry, I'm distracted by these animals.
Oh my God.
Don't call me an animal.
Welcome to another episode of Guess What's Coming to Dinner. I'm one of your hosts, Michael Dwayne Paylor. I'm joined by
Salome Dinoon. Oh, you wanted to say the lovely. Is that what you wanted to say? Did I jump the gun? I'm sorry.
You jumped the gun.
Sorry. Go ahead, but you can still say it. Can you add beautiful or extremely
talented?
Pretty? Yeah, I know. Can we add that?
Phenomenal.
See?
Yes.
Oh.
No.
That's okay. Let him.
Rude.
It's okay.
Oh, I'm rude.
And I'm Dara Lashley, and we are joined by the lovely, beautiful, phenomenal, talented Michelle Reale-Opalesky.
And in my heart, she's Mother Hilaria.
Yes. Just mother all around. She loves to feed people. She loves to help people.
Yeah.
And she's an awesome actress, by the way.
Phenomenal.
I
You
mean,
were great
so
in,
great.
in Grander Delusions.
Grander Delusions? Oh my God. Oh my
That
God.
was fun. Yeah.
And it hasn't come out yet, but as Mother Hilaria.
Oh my God.
Oh
Listen.
my God.
Can't give the spoilers away,
No,
but
but I
it's,
can't
it was
I
hilarious.
can't wait.
Yeah.
How's that feel? Like people just admiring you and telling you how great you and wonderful you are.
It's getting better.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's difficult. I mean, it's okay.
Now you put her on the spot, Michael.
No, because I can see she
See me
kind of feels.
streaking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. It's. I want to be able to get to a point where I can accept it and enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
Not there
But right
yet.
now, yeah.
I want to
It
because
feels
I
like,
know.
okay,
Okay.
have your fun, but
Please talk about something else.
Well, it's
But-
1000% the truth.
Thank
So
Yeah. And I feel like if you've worked for it,
Yes.
you deserve
Exactly.
it. So.
Yeah.
And
but that's
great
not what
to
you
be-
were working for.
What wasn't what I was working for?
The admiration.
No. I'm
Yeah.
doing it because I love it.
Yeah.
It's just so much
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
And if we have, with Mother Hilaria,
Yeah.
it's half as much fun as we had making it, on screen.
Yeah.
Everybody's gonna love it. 'cause
Yeah.
it was so much
Yeah.
fun.
okay, so random fact.
Yay.
Right? Mm-hmm. Nutmeg is a hallucinogenic. Or no, a hallucinogen. Is that even a word? Hallucinogenic?
I've heard it.
Hallucinogenic is a
I
word.
don't think it is. Okay.
But
all right, but it's hallucinogen. The spice contains myristicin, a natural compound that has mind-altering effects if ingested in large doses.
How large?
That is a great question. I don't know.
We can
I didn't.
Google that,
altering
'cause
effects.
I think you need a bunch of nutmegs.
Yeah, I think so.
And
Because
who
I mean,
was the first to discover this, and how much did they ingest?
And why?
Yeah.
right. It must have been a mistake,
It had to
right?
be.
They
Yeah.
must have thought it was something else, and then. I mean,
But doesn't nutmeg also burn? Kind of like cinnamon?
I don't know.
I don't think. You
It's
know
always
what?
a little
fan
hot
of nutmeg.
spice. Yeah.
I'm not a fan.
I
Not even like
it.
sweet potato?
That's what I was
No,
about to. Yeah.
I don't even like it on the sweet potato pie.
Yeah.
Cinnamon.
Well, true.
Yeah, but
both.
it's a
I like
tiny
both.
dash of
I
nutmeg.
get. See, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know enough about it. And if it's probably
Okay.
in stuff that I like that I don't even know. But I just.
Yeah.
Do
when
you
I
like
smell it, I'm
eggnog?
No.
Okay,
Okay,
no,
then no.
because that's
Yeah,
in there. It's
yeah.
in there. But it's definitely, I think, also with sweet potato pie.
Yeah, but a very small amount.
Right.
Okay.
Like
It's-
if you put like a pinch too much, you will taste it.
Really?
Yeah. And there's something else. Allspice or something?
Allspice.
allspice.
Yeah,
Very
yeah.
powerful.
It is.
Allspice because it has cloves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Allspice always feels fresh in my mouth, if that makes sense. You know, like I just brushed my teeth or something.
Oh, really?
You know, yeah, it gives me like a, I don't know.
What's the
Like minty.
Yeah.
And you're only you're in a small percentage of people that experience that.
Really?
Yeah, there's also something else I can't remember. When people eat it, I can't remember which one it was.
Cilantro.
Cilantro. It tastes like soap. Yeah.
Some people say it tastes like soap.
Yeah.
I know. I
Really?
like.
What type of
I
soap?
love cilantro. It doesn't.
I haven't eaten many soaps in my life. I'm gonna go with Ivory.
That's a pretty good soap. I'm more of an Irish Spring.
Okay. All right.
Y'all didn't have to like chew a bar of soap if you were a kid and you cursed in front of your parents.
Oh no,
I would
they
just
didn't
get
make
smacked.
me. Yeah.
I just never did.
I didn't either, but I did grow up watching A Christmas Story.
Yes.
And I was like, let me see what this soap tastes
Did
like.
you try it?
Just put it in my mouth.
Oh
It's
my
sour.
god.
It's gross. Yeah.
It's sour.
I could imagine.
It tastes like it smells.
Michelle, what inspired you to become an actor?
Wait, can we ask her the history about the Brazil
right, yes,
first?
please. Yes.
Brajol. We had
Oh,
some
Brazil. I'm
It's
sorry,
all right.
I said it wrong. Okay.
It's all right. Brajol. So it is a southern Italian dish, but it's Americanized completely. So
okay.
when they came here, you know, in Italy they didn't have meat hardly at all. Meat was like a delicacy. It was all vegetables. They really didn't have a whole lot of meat. So when they came here and meat was readily available, they were like, all right, well, let's incorporate what we have and make a really good meal out of it. And brajol is basically, in our family, everybody uses everybody uses garlic, parsley, and some sort of a cheese. We use garlic, parsley, Parmesan, and we also hard-boil egg and wrap the egg in it too. And that's pretty much all it is, but it basically, brajol is just a rolled piece of flattened meat. So the meat is actually cheap, really cheap. You get flank steak, you can get like top round and just pound it out. And then you, like I was saying before, the most expensive thing in that meal was the Parmesan cheese. The Parmigiano Reggiano cheese was the most expensive
Wow.
thing because it's eggs, it's parsley. Usually they just would grow that. Garlic is everywhere.
Yeah.
And then you roll the meat, you sear it in a pan so that you get the flavors in there, and then you put it into a tomato sauce. We call it gravy, tomato sauce, and you let it simmer for like 4 or 5 hours. Like you just let it simmer for a really long time.
Wow.
And that gets all the flavors in the meat
Yeah.
in there, and it also keeps and the sauce tastes really good too.
Yeah.
So yeah, brajol you're not going to find too much in a restaurant because it's
Okay.
like peasant food and it takes really long to make. So like they're not
Wow.
trying
Like
to
peasant food.
I know.
Peasants
it
are
to
doing
make?
well.
What's that?
How long does it take to make?
4 hours, 5 hours.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, the most time-consuming part of it is just for it to simmer.
Okay,
I mean,
right.
Wrapping it, like pounding out the meat and putting the seasonings on it and chopping all that up. I mean, it doesn't take too long, but
Okay.
hard boiling your eggs, that's about it. Yeah.
I can't believe it's a peasant food.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, it's not it's just what they had, you know, and
Wow.
like in Italy,
So good.
like they always would wrap things with vegetables usually and have it. So like when they got here and there was meat, they were like, oh, we can use meat. Like, and beef was available. And a lot of people use pork. But yeah, it's usually just a cheap cut that you pound out.
Okay.
And then you let it simmer for a really long time. That way it gets tender. So that's why, you know, like if you get a cheap piece of meat and you tenderize it, it's still good.
Yeah. Oh.
Yes, so that was brajol.
For me, I really
Brajol.
enjoyed it. It was really
you.
good. Thank you.
you.
Thank you.
I did too. I
And different
loved
parts
it.
of the country, they use different things in it.
Okay.
Sometimes they use breadcrumbs, sometimes
Oh,
they
wow.
use pine nuts, sometimes they use,
Oh.
like all these different things. We've always used hard-boiled egg, and not everybody does that.
I love the egg.
Yeah.
I
I like
love
Yeah,
the
I like
egg.
that,
Yeah. I love eggs.
That was my nana.
Oh.
Oh, thanks, Nana.
Thanks, nana.
I also enjoyed it. Thank you so much
Thank you.
for preparing that for us.
You're welcome.
So
And I'm
now
saving.
I can ask you the question.
What's the question?
What inspired you to become an actor? Action.
I don't know that I was inspired to become an actor more than I was compelled to become an actor. Like, I don't think I have a choice. Like, I fought it for years. I'm older. I didn't do this. I didn't start acting until I was in my late 40s. So, like, I have always been told I was dramatic and I would be the center of attention and, you know, like, and I like to write, so I like to tell stories. But as far as, like, acting, I never realized that's what I wanted to do until I got on a stage and I was like, oh, yeah, this is it. This is where I need to be.
Yeah.
And whether I make it or not, I'm going to do this for the rest of my life.
Oh,
Yeah,
When was
I
the
know.
first time you got on the stage?
Well, the first time I got on a stage, I was in 6th grade in Oklahoma. And I was a gymnast, so all I did was do flips across the stage because they needed people to be partying and having fun. And they were like, all right, can you just flip across the stage? So I did that, and then I did some song or something and sang Oklahoma at the end. That was it. And I was a gymnast, so I was used to performing and being in front of people and performing solo. Like, that was not a problem for me. So, but the time that I got on the stage that I realized I wanted to act was, I used to write a blog, and there is a thing called Listen to Your Mother. Anne Imig, she was a blogger back a long time ago, and she started this thing in all the cities across the United States. It's called Listen to Your Mother, and it basically would have stories about motherhood or being a mother or having a mother, anything about motherhood. Usually happened around Mother's Day, and each city would do it and raise money for a charity in their city. And Taya Dunn Johnson, who is amazing, she's in Baltimore, and she's an author, and she was directing the one in Baltimore, and she had, like, auditions for your blogs, like, because all you're doing is reading your story, and I read my story and I got in. So I was one of, like, 12 people to do it, and all I was doing was getting on stage and reading my story. And when I got on stage and was reading the story and getting the reaction from people, like, I was like, I have to do this more. How do I do this all the time? I want to do this all the time. And so that's how I decided to get started. And then I started looking up acting classes and places like community theater, and that's where I started. I've been doing community theater ever since.
Nice.
Yes.
So, what is it that you would say you enjoy the most about acting?
I don't know. I guess telling the story and getting people to feel things. Like, we fight feeling things so much.
Yeah.
And I have fought it my whole life. I don't like to feel. I don't like to show people I feel things. I don't want to, But so when you can sit down in a movie theater and look at something and feel something really deep in your soul, that is so powerful. And what an amazing thing to be able to do for people is to make them feel and remind them of their humanity. And that's what it means to be human. It doesn't mean just going every day and working and having this wall up that you don't want anybody to get through, and it doesn't help.
And that's what they come for. That's what people that's what people watch TV shows from, to connect. I found myself, like, watching something, and if I relate to something, I'll always come back and watch it, because this person is me. I want to see how she got out of this situation, you know.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
So, are there any ways that acting has helped your personal life since you started on the journey of?
It is very funny because you know how we do the repetition game. When I first started doing that, and really listening to my partner, and reading what my partner's giving me. I mean, I always kind of did that with my kids, because I have teenage boys, and they're not going to tell you nothing about how they're feeling.
Right.
But you can read into it. So, like, I kind of was like, and then I get, when you practice it, you get better at it. And I would be talking to, like, my then 19-year-old, and I'd be saying, he'd be like, stop looking at me like that. Stop, Mom, stop. And I'm like, what? Because, and he's like, stop. You're like, I feel like I'm being analyzed. I'm like, you're not being analyzed. But it does. It helps. It helps in just connecting.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
and feeling what that person needs for real, even though they're not going to tell you.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
So my question is, how do you mentally and emotionally prepare for a role?
I guess one thing that I like to do is find the aspects of my character that I can connect with. Because there's lots of times where there's a couple of scenes that in the beginning when, you know, Tony assigned you scenes, and usually a mother, and the way the mother is responding to their child is not the way I do it, but I have to find why I would want to do it that way. A lot of times I'm playing a very dysfunctional mom, and I spent so many years trying not to be a dysfunctional mom and like fighting my urges to do things, you know, ways that I was brought up that I don't want to do it, and then like, you know, really working on that, and then like reprogramming my mind so that I can do it the right way.
Yeah.
And then you reading something and you're like, oh, this is not the way you talk to your child.
Yeah.
This child should not be taking on this burden. Like, but you have to find a reason that it works for you, and you have to create your backstory so that you know what you went through in order to get to this point in your life where you don't know any better.
That is difficult.
When you have to know that you don't know better, even though in real life you do know better, and you're just like, but the story would really be boring if this character knew better. So why am I can't change it. So yeah.
Some of the roles that I had the same problem, but they were like time periods. Like, this happened in the 60s, but when I'm reading this, like, oh, the reason he's saying this is because he's insecure. Yeah. He probably grew up in this, and it's like, none of that stuff mattered because
none of it mattered.
I know that now, but he didn't.
Right. Right.
And it's like I have to go against.
You have to forget it.
Yeah.
You have to forget it, or try to find a way to justify it in your head so that you can continue to do it, so that so you believe it.
Right.
And feel justified in doing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you don't believe it, nobody else is.
No. Oh my gosh. It always shows. It does.
I think that was probably one of my first scenes that I did that I had the toughest time with was a mother who was just not doing it the right way, and I tried, and then I finally it clicked. One day it clicked, and I was like, oh, that's why she's doing it. Oh, okay, that's who she is. That's who I am.
Yeah.
That's who I am. And here's the part of me that is this way. So I'm going to pull that part out.
Love that. See, I love that. I love that you just said this. Here's the part of me that is this way, right? Like, even though you're not that mother, there's a part of you somewhere that can connect to this character, and that's like what's important to find. Yeah. I love that. Yeah. So, Michelle, in moments, since we've been talking about like how hard it is and all of that, in those moments where you do feel like you're not doing your best, like what do you do? How do you help yourself? How do you what do you tell yourself?
There's lots of times. I basically, when I'm feeling like when I feel defeated, and when I feel like things just aren't going right. I mean, a lot of stuff's been going on. Like, my mother just went through breast cancer. My father's going through prostate cancer. It's just, there's lots of things going on. My son was home for a year. He was struggling, trying to figure out what he wanted to do. We went through COVID, and they were teens, and the mental health struggled. You know, my mental health struggled. Luckily, I go to therapy. I'm on medication. Like, I truly believe to get help. Mental health is health. Health is health.
Really
it doesn't matter if you broke your foot or something's not wired right in your brain.
Right.
Like, it's health.
Yep.
And I think that the most important thing is to try to stay centered. Yeah. And let things happen. Because you can't control it.
Oh, yes.
And like the analogy of like a cloud. Like you're a cloud, you're going to go through it, and you're going to feel it all around you, and you're not going to be able to see a damn thing else, just this cloud. And that's all you see, and that's all you feel, and you feel the cold, and you feel the wet, and then once you pass through, the cloud passes, though.
Yeah.
It always does. It doesn't stay in the one spot. It has to go.
Yeah.
You just have to allow that feeling to happen. And don't fight it. Don't hold on to the cloud. Don't try to push the cloud away. You'll get exhausted. It'll go when it goes. And that's something that's really hard to... You got to just sit with it and allow yourself to happen. Let it happen, and try not to label your feelings. Oh, honey. Don't label your feelings as good or bad.
Yeah.
Like when you feel good, oh yeah, this is a good feeling. I'm happy today. This is good. I'm sad today. This is bad. No, you're sad today. You're happy today. Feel it. Just feel it. And let yourself feel it. And don't fight. Because it's not worth it.
Part.
Yeah. It's not worth the fight.
So what are some of the projects you've been a part of that you are proud and excited about?
Oh my goodness.
What if?
Oh.
Yes. By our dear Summer May. It was so much fun and so enjoyable and so like, it just was a great environment to be in.
Yeah.
I mean, the story is precious.
No.
I mean, I can't. It's a precious, adorable story, like a little baby precious. Oh my god! Like, seriously, can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
But the set and the people and you guys, like, it just was fun and enjoyable, and that's something I'm really, really proud of. Really proud of.
Yeah.
What was the role you played?
Mother Hilaria.
What does that mean?
I don't know if I can say it. To you.
Well, hold on. We gotta wait a second.
She can't describe the character that she played?
I'm an Italian witch.
Yes.
Okay. See,
Love
that wasn't that hard?
Yes.
That's it. All you get.
You did an amazing job.
Amazing. Freaking hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I wanted to come see Mother Hilaria.
Yeah.
I was like, please, let me get a reading. Okay.
When we did the table read and you did it, I was like, oh, do you think she'll want to do it? I don't want to ask.
Oh my gosh.
So when you said you wanted to do it, I was like, oh my God.
Yes.
That was amazing.
So excited.
I missed the table read, but
it was
when
fun.
when they were going about like who was gonna be Mother Hilaria, they said that Michelle wanted to do it. I was like, oh yeah, that's gonna be great. Like, please. So thank you.
It.
Yeah,
I loved it. When I first read it, I envisioned Mother Hilaria being African. So like that was when I read it through the first time, and I had envisioned her being African, and I had like, you always were in my head.
Yeah.
That was you.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. But like, so when they said who wants to read for it, and I was like, well, I'd love to read for it because that'd be fun. And then when you were open to it not being an African woman, I'm like, little Italian woman.
You were great. I don't want to give too much of it away, but I'm really excited for it.
So, I was very proud of that. I really was very proud of being part of Grander Delusions. She did such an amazing job with that.
Amazing.
What was the experience like on that set?
Very relaxed. Very relaxed. She really had her stuff together. Like, shot lists, everything was just, she knew exactly what she wanted, and she very calmly explained what she wanted. And when she wanted to change it, she was like, let's try this. Do you mind trying this? Let's try that. And it was very, like, collaborative, but also not collaborative in the sense of, like, oh, I don't know what to do. What do you want to do? It was more of a, this is my vision. This is what I want to try to get across. What do you think? How can we do this?
Oh, nice.
And it was really great, because I played just an awful, awful therapist.
Oh, my God.
I loved it.
The apple?
So much fun.
Oh, my God. And the apple killed me.
That bite was the bite. They didn't have to mic that or change the sound.
Oh, really?
She was so surprised.
You know,
she called me that night.
When I saw you bite that apple, I was like, whew, my teeth aren't rated for that. That apple would have had to be pre-bit. And even then, I would have been real like...
They were Evercrisp apples. Evercrisp, they're awesome. They're very good. But she was funny because she actually, I think she sent a text saying, the bite is the bite. Like, I didn't have to put like the sound in or anything.
Wow.
So, yeah, it was really good. That was fun. It was a lot of fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you did an amazing
I'm a big
job.
fan of hers.
Yeah,
she's
I am
really,
too.
really good.
Yeah, she's
And it was a very personal story for her, and she felt just, again, you're humbled. I'm humbled I was a part of it. I'm humbled that she trusted somebody she didn't know. She didn't know me. I just, she knew Michael Paler and Evelyn, and they
Not
were like,
me.
oh, yeah.
Michael, Mina.
Oh, Mina, yeah.
Oh, Michael Paler.
She don't know me yet.
She didn't know. She
Not
will know
yet.
you. She
Yeah.
will know you. Yeah. So it was fun.
Very cool.
What advice do you have for aspiring actors who are also parents on managing demands of both roles? I like that, the way it was worded, both roles.
Both roles, yeah.
Both roles.
You have to know your priorities. You have to know your priorities. Sometimes things have to be put on the back burner for other things. And when I have a child that needs me, I got to put everything else aside.
Yeah.
But luckily I am married, and we can balance things that way. So like it doesn't have to be all on me. Like, hopefully you have a support system, whether it's the other parent of the child, or a family member that helps you, or whoever it is in your life.
Yeah.
Work with them, ask for help, but also know your priorities and make sure that the other caregiver also has the same priorities. Because that makes it easier when you're both are like on the same page. Like, you're both like, okay, this needs our attention. How are we going to tackle this?
Yeah.
You do this, I'll do this. You do this, I'll do this. Let's figure it out. I think knowing your priorities, and also understanding too that when when your priority is acting, know your priorities, and let your kids work some things out on their own sometimes.
Yeah.
That's important, because you can't jump in every time.
Right.
And that's...
How long did it take you to get to that point?
I'm still working on it.
Yeah.
Let's talk a good game. It's hard. It's hard. I have an almost 20-year-old who's in school, and I'm still trying to step back.
I'm sure.
Let him do what he has to do. I have a 15-year-old. I step back. Let him do what he has to do, because if they don't make the mistakes and learn it on their own, they're never going to learn it.
Yeah.
And I can't save them.
Right.
They're going to have to just figure it out.
And also, you don't want to keep them from having life experiences.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Even the bad ones
The
are
bad ones.
important.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
And that's so, like, against everything I want to do with that. Like, I want them to be happy. They have to be happy. They have to be happy. Well, again, it's a feeling. Don't label it. This is life.
Yeah.
And it can all be one thing.
It can't all be one thing. That'd
Nope.
be boring as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what is your dream role, Michelle? We know it's not a mother.
I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. Like, I used to be Loretta in Moonstruck. I don't know if you've ever seen Moonstruck. Cher plays the main role. Now I'm getting too old for that role. And her mother, who is played by Olympia Dukakis, is a phenomenal role. Like, hysterical, very funny, very sweet. Just, it's a really great. It wasn't a play. I think it was originally a movie.
Okay.
I highly recommend Moonstruck.
I'm gonna watch it. Yeah. I'm writing it down.
And it's a great movie and lots of fun. Dream role, I don't know. It's hard. So there was a show called Mayor of Easttown. Oh. And I'm a huge Kate Winslet fan.
Yeah.
And I loved that she played a middle-aged woman who wasn't all dolled up, who was a cop, who was still a woman and sexually attracted to men, and men were sexually attracted to her, and she had a very complicated life, and all of the mess was there, but it was all so many different dimensions. She wasn't just a mom. She wasn't just a cop. She wasn't just, from Delco. It was all these different things, so that you could kind of really, and I thought, God, roles like that are great.
Yeah.
Like, they're just when you human
like
people.
straight humans.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I love comedies too. So if I could ever play Frau Blucher from Young Frankenstein, that's another silly, very, very silly. That's like another dream role, I guess. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I can see you in both for sure. 1,000%. And
My
would love
son
to watch
always
it.
jokes and says that I'm going to be in the next Golden Girls whenever they remake Golden Girls.
My goodness.
He's like, you could be the mom, the grandma.
Sophia.
Sophia.
I love the Golden Girls.
So do I.
Oh my God, I am here for it. If you're casted in a Golden Girls like, reboot,
Like, what?
Or we can make our own.
Yes,
exactly.
Yeah, we could. Yeah.
What would you call it?
I have no idea. But
Yeah.
we'll
What did
see.
you call it? Okay.
Last question. Well, it's the last question on the sheet. I mean, who knows? There could be others. What would be your "I've made it" moment?
I've made it.
Yep.
Just waking up every morning.
Yes.
Ooh,
Love that.
I made it.
Made.
Right.
I made it.
Yeah. Do that one.
Jeez. You need your own switch. Or sit closer next time. Hit all the buttons you want.
Whatever.
My back hurt.
Poor thing.
Oh my God, don't poor thing him.
But that was great.
It'll be all right.
I made it. I woke up this morning.
Yeah, that's amazing.
I'm here.
That's
Again.
awesome.
I got another chance. Again.
I love that.
Yeah.
I wish I felt that way.
Okay,
Some
so
days are
do it.
easier. Some days are easier.
I know.
Some
Well,
days
I'm
are
gonna
not.
work on
I
that.
mean, it's hard to do, but some days it's easy to feel that way. Other days you're just like, I gotta do this again. What more do they want from me?
Honestly. But I love that.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
It was, because you asked me that question. I'm like, well,
Yeah.
when I'm getting paid and I have an agent and I have a manager and I have a team, and then I'll know I made it. You know, like, oh my God, something so beautiful as well, I woke up this morning. How lovely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't get me wrong. I want all those things too. I want all of them.
Yeah.
Don't think I'm not trying to manifest all that.
No, I know, but like you still feel like you made it even without it, and that's the beautiful part of that. You know, it's like I don't feel that way right now. I don't feel like I'm made it just because I woke up this morning. I wish. I'm gonna work on that though. Thank you.
No, see, I like that because my attitude is like another day of not being a millionaire. I see. Yeah.
Okay, is it game time?
I said, you ready?
Time.
Whatever you got.
All right.
What's the
So
game?
I don't know. No one knows.
this is what happened. There's no name to this game, so I'm hoping you guys can help me name it. Look at Michael like there's no name to this game. What is it?
I know.
Man.
Wow.
Okay.
I'm gassy.
Gassy.
Oh. So it's kind of like an acting game. And we have quotes, famous quotes from movies, right? So you're going to pick a quote, and then you're going to pick an emotion, and you're going to say the quote with the emotion.
What do we have to guess? Guess the movie or the emotion?
No,
So we pick a quote
you
and
pick
we
a quote
pick an emotion.
and you pick an emotion.
So you're
And
gonna
you have
say
to
the quote with that
the
emotion.
quote. Yeah.
I understand this. The first time she explained.
That's
I'm just
cool.
wondering what's the point. Like, what are we doing? Just watching?
You're all gonna do it, right?
We're all
We're all
doing.
gonna
We
do
have a
it.
turn. Everyone has a turn to do it.
Okay.
And if you can read where the famous quote is from too, that would be awesome. Thank you. Right.
So this is a quote that I have to say surprised.
Okay.
It's so hard not to say it like the person says. Should I say what it's from first?
Yeah.
This is from Sunset Boulevard, 1950.
Whoa.
All right, Mr. DeMille, I'm ready for my close-up. Try to be surprised. I'll try to be surprised.
I think you kind of sound nervous.
I was a little nervous.
Oh my God. This seems like
So
it's
these are
gonna
the
be.
quotes?
Oh my God.
You're not
Hard.
supposed to look at them.
I didn't.
I don't know.
You can't choose. You got to.
Yeah, you can't. You
I
gotta,
picked this one.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So what do I have to do?
Say where it's from first.
And then, okay.
Tell us what.
This is from Star Wars. And I have to say it proud. Proud. Okay. I feel like they did a good job of making it proud. Anyway, here it goes. May the Force be with you.
Very good.
Very good.
Good
Very
job.
good.
Yeah. Awesome.
I thought that
guess.
was great.
I think when he said it
Proud.
before,
Yeah, he was already proud.
I
I thought it was going to be Luke. I am your father.
that would have been cool too.
That would have been proud.
Yeah.
Luke, I am your father.
Do we put the emotion back in here?
No.
Oh, no? Okay.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
didn't.
Oh, should we? I don't
Maybe.
know. Child.
You don't have to. Look, this is the first
y'all
time we're
help
playing
me.
this game, everyone.
Yeah.
Have some patience with us, please. Okay.
I done made it too.
This is a long one. Why did I pick this?
Good, because I avoided that one.
You're like, oh, this is too thick.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's
Thin one.
from On the Waterfront, and now let's see. How do I have to say it? Defiant. Defiant.
Don't act like you don't know how to say it.
Well, I didn't even read it yet.
90%
I'm
of the
really
things
trying
that
to
come out of
figure
your mouth is defiant.
Oh, damn.
You motherfucker.
I'm just giving you motivation. See? That motherfucker was very defiant. You're already on the right track. See, that was a pinch.
You are a good fish.
No. Okay. You don't understand. I could have had class. I could have been a contender. I could have been somebody instead of a bum, which is what I am.
Yeah. That's real good.
That's good.
That
like
go
it.
good.
That was really good.
Thank you.
Oh Lord.
I guess I'm good at
I'm gonna follow this. I hope.
Here, let's just pick. Can we pass?
Yeah, pass it this way. All right. Close your eyes. All right. This is from All About Eve.
Oh.
Oh, I
I
hope.
haven't seen that one.
I hope. It was made in 1950, so
I love that
understandable.
movie. Betty Davis
Confident.
is my
Oh, okay.
favorite.
Confident. Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy night.
Oh.
Yeah.
That is
love
an amazing
that.
line from such an amazing. Betty Davis is my absolute favorite. I've watched every single one of her movies.
Wow.
Really?
Like multiple times. Yeah, she is
Okay.
one of my favorite actresses ever.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Okay.
She was.
Who's your favorite actor of all time?
What's
of all
Or actress?
time.
Oh,
God, I don't know.
That's such a hard question, I
It
feel
is.
like.
It depends on the mood,
Right.
right?
top 3? Top 2?
Top 5?
Give me a minute. Betty Davis is one of them. All right, I can do that one.
Why do I know Betty Davis? Why do I know when you say that name? What
She's
have
famous.
I seen?
She's very old.
Well, I know that.
She's dead.
But why do I know that?
Betty
name?
is a very popular name.
Okay.
They wrote a song about her.
Oh yeah.
Betty Davis Eyes. It's an awful song.
Oh my goodness.
From the 70s or the 80s. I think it's from the 80s.
The 80s were rough.
Awful. Awful. I don't know. Gosh, I can't.
Yeah.
I can't.
That's
okay.
fine.
Because then I go with what I'm like, no.
I know, yeah.
I don't know.
Fine.
What about you?
Who's the worst actor you've seen?
The worst?
Yeah. You saw their performance was like, ugh. It's terrible.
I don't know.
That's hard too. What?
Is it?
I don't have that answer either.
There's this guy, I don't know his name, but he was in like Menace to Society. He got beat up and jumped. And he was like, I don't know his name. I can't describe it. Are you familiar with this movie?
Not really.
I never saw it.
A menace to society, right?
Yeah.
Like the.
He was the one who was like the cousin of Kane's girlfriend.
Okay.
and he wanted to beat him up.
I haven't seen Menace to Society.
Oh, fine.
But I have seen Don't Be a Menace to Society.
He played the same character who got jumped. He was the exact same character. Same actor.
I can't remember then.
Fine. Whatever.
Yeah, I'm not going to put people down. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, look, on certain days, you might catch me not being too great. You know?
Right?
So
I don't need that.
I don't want people to say, damn, she sucks because I had a bad day. You know, and I feel like too, you never know because like you don't know what the atmosphere was like on set. You don't know if they weren't directed well. You know,
they could have been told, like they could have been acting their heart out, and then the director's like, "No, I want you to do it this way."
Exactly, like exactly.
That's what you want.
It's kind of hard, you know. Like you never know.
You told me to do it this way.
Exactly.
I'm getting paid to do it this way.
Exactly. You know, like you gotta do what they tell you. It's their vision. It's not yours. So you never know.
Embarrassed. This is from Godfather.
Oh my
God. Embarrassed? I have to say this, embarrassed.
Oh.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse? It changes.
I know. Her whole body changed. That was good. That was great.
I have to say it excited. Taxi Driver is the movie. What is my motivation?
What is my motivation?
You talking to me?
That was so good.
Very good.
So good. That was great. That was good. Good time.
Nicely done.
Unfortunately, Michelle, we've come to the final
end.
part of this podcast.
Yeah.
Do you have any questions for us?
Questions for you.
This is the first.
Yeah, why not?
Do you, what's your favorite thing about doing this podcast?
Ooh.
Each of you.
I think my favorite thing, one is earlier saying like they're all different. Each episode is just different, and it makes it so much more fun and so much more spontaneous. But I think my most favorite thing is getting to know people. You know, like really hearing their sorry, you can still say it. You know, getting to know them a little bit better, getting them to be so comfortable where they open up with us and have a good time, and I really, really enjoyed it. I love it a lot. Yeah, that's my favorite thing.
Yeah. I love getting to experience new things that I wouldn't have. You know, like if I went to well, you say it's not served in restaurants that commonly, but if I went to a restaurant, I wouldn't know
what it was.
Even. So I almost, like, while I was eating, I was like tearing up. I was like, this is so great. This is why we do this. We get to have that experience, and it's like you leaving a part of your life and your experience with us, and now we're like, you know, a little bit closer. So I love that. Yeah, that's awesome.
I agree with both of them, but I would say I love that we're a part, maybe a small part of giving a platform for these amazing people who come on the show to express themselves and to share their voice with the world, because every episode and every guest we've had has been unique, and we really enjoy these people, and to share them with as many people as possible, I think is probably the best part for me.
Yeah,
It's great.
Yeah.
Well, you, all three of you do an amazing job.
Oh, thank you.
And you guys definitely mesh so well together that
Yeah.
it works.
Yeah.
And you do put people at ease and make us feel calm. And
Nice.
It's the wine.
it's the wine.
Yeah.
We can't take any credit for that.
Yeah.
We drink that much. We did eat too.
True. We
No, but you do. You put people at ease, and that's nice.
Good.
Okay, so Our last segment is, what words of wisdom or inspiration would you like to leave our listeners with?
I got no wisdom.
Yes, you do.
Try not to take everything so seriously. Try to be humble and enjoy yourself and your life, because it's the only one you got. And if you aren't happy in it, make yourself happy in it.
Yeah.
Work to do that, whether it's therapy, whether it's, you know, going to a comedy show, whatever it is that you need to do to get you where you need to be.
Yeah.
Yes.
Beautiful.
I know. I love it.
Oh.
Poor man's back hurts.
Thank you. I know.
It'll be all right.
I love the effects, though.
One day you're gonna come in here. You're gonna come in here, and all the effects are just gonna be your voice sample doing.
That would be funny.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna have to go through 20-something episodes, but I'm gonna get every one.
A little video of her going to you.
Yeah.
I love it. It adds. It adds.
It does. Well,
Yay. Yes.
thank you for joining us.
Yes. Thank you so much, Michelle. This was awesome.
This was awesome.
Thank you.
From the food to the conversation.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining us for another episode.
Love you.
Bye.
Oh, is that it?
Oh no! What else? What?
What's our official sign off? We go through.
I can't remember.
What we say?
I can't remember.
I love you. Bye.
Michelle, do you have any ideas for how we can sign off this show?
Mean it.
Don't put that pressure on me. I don't know.
Oh, that's good.
Don't put that pressure on me.
I don't know. See you next week.
See you next week.
Yeah.
Don't put too much pressure on yourself.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know.
Look, I don't know. Here we go again. There it is. I don't know.
Bye, guys. Love you.
Bye.